Many congratulations to the top three finishers of the FIA Formula One Dutch Grand Prix. In third place and taking his first podium in Formula One, Isack Hadjar. In second place, Max Verstappen. And taking the 9th win of his F1 career and his 7th of this 2025 campaign, our winner, Oscar Piastri. Oscar, very well done. You were never headed in what was a tricky race, and you got a huge haul of points to boot over your teammate as well. Can you start just by summing it all up for us?
Yep, I've got lollies stuck in my teeth now. So, but anyway, it's already the best press conference ever. We've got food, so it was a really good race. Felt like I was in control the whole time. You know, obviously the restarts were are always tough moments to get right, but I felt in control. You know, obviously the ending was unfortunate for Lando and the team to not have a 1-2 when I think we really deserved it, but from my side, very proud of the weekend we put together, being quick when it mattered. So, very happy.
You say you're proud of the week that you've put together. Think back 12 months to this race last year when you were half a second off Lando in qualifying, you come home P4. Just how satisfying, considering where you were then, is this weekend?
Very. I think, qualifying was the key this weekend, and through the free practice sessions, it was looking like a difficult Zandvoort again. But we chipped away, tried to find time. Tweaked the car here and there, but just tried to really improve how I was driving, because the car was, let's be honest, pretty hard to complain about the car we've got. So I just tried to chip away with that, and it came good when it mattered, and through the race today I felt like I had good pace as well, and used it when I needed to. So massively proud of I guess firstly myself, but also the whole team around me, and turning it around from 12 months ago.
The closest anyone got to you today was at the start. Can you just talk us through those opening few corners? It wasn't the best start I've ever had, and had to cover the inside. Obviously knew Max was on softs, and was keeping an eye on him, defended it as best as I could, and then went through turn 2 and into turn 3 and saw Max very sideways in my mirrors, and I was just hoping that he wasn't going to run to the side of me, but it worked out fine. And then from then on I could bring the tyres in and control it, and then I was pretty happy. Can you tell us about the safety car restarts? You went early all 3 times, nailed it each time, but did you consider leaving it later down the pit straight?
Not really. I mean, the first one worked very well, but then the next 2, you don't have many options left to you. I think the longer you leave it, especially once you get onto the pit straight, everyone knows you're going to go sooner or later. So I was just trying to change it up as much as I could. Didn't work that well on the last 2, but it was just enough. So that was probably the hardest part, but I think we managed it well.
And finally, can we just get your thoughts on the 34-point lead you've got over your teammate in the championship now? It's still a long way to go, but is that a gap that you can now play with and play the percentage game at the Grand Prix now?
No, I don't think so. There's still a long way to go. I need to keep pushing and trying to win races still. I wouldn't say it's a very comfortable margin. As we saw today, it can change with one DNF very, very quickly. So, this far out from the end of the year, it's not a comfortable gap.
All right, very well done to you, Oscar. Thank you very much. Max, if we can come to you now. Another podium in front of the Orange Army at home. And given where you were on Friday with the car, just how satisfying is this P2?
Yeah, I mean, we take it. Qualifying yesterday was good. I hoped for a little bit more today, but quite quickly I realized that pace was not there. It always seems like in the race we just seem to struggle more than over one lap, just with the tire behavior with the car, and that was very obvious again today. So I just tried to manage my pace, but that basically meant that it was more a fight with the cars behind me than whatever was happening in front of me.
Tell us about the strategy. You went for the soft tyre twice.
Yeah, that for me felt the best after Friday. So that was planned. And yeah, of course, then, with the safety cars, everyone has to box again to take fresh tires. But yeah, it was all according to plan.
Okay. And Oscar referred to the opening lap. You made a brilliant start, and then you had the huge moment going into turn 3. Just talk us through the opening lap from your point of view.
Good. The start was all right, to be honest. Then tried to go around the outside in turn 1. Then went around the outside in turn 2, but there's always a lot of sand in that corner from the middle of the track to the edge. But with the softer compound, I pushed the entry. And then, went a bit sideways, heading into turn 3, but it was all okay.
And once ahead of Lando, how confident were you of staying ahead?
Not at all. No, but I still want to have a bit of fun out there. Just, when I got ahead, I just followed my pace. And that meant then, of course, at one point that Lando got ahead again. And you could see, it's a different league. So there's no point to try and ruin your own race, trying to defend really hard or trying to lose 2-3 laps defending for your life. There is, unfortunately, no point in that.
Okay, look, Max, finally, before we go to Isack, who's just had his first podium in Formula One, he's part of the Red Bull family. Can you just give us a few thoughts on the job he's done today and this year so far?
Yeah, it's fantastic. Honestly, coming in as a rookie is not easy with these cars. And, for him to be on the podium here is fully deserved. I think he had a great weekend, but also drove a great race. And, of course, also for the team. I think the whole season already, they've been on it. And, Isack is then finishing the job, and that's just fantastic to see.
Okay, thank you for that, Max. And Isack, many congratulations on the first podium in Formula One. Can you start by giving us your emotions on what is a huge day in your career?
Yep, outstanding day. I did not expect that waking up this morning. I was being, very realistic. I knew there was George behind me and both Ferraris. I also didn't run on Friday, any long run. So I didn't have a clue really. To cross the line third is just, unreal. How
difficult was it to deal with the pressure of George Russell, as you say, both Ferraris, breathing down your neck all race?
Yeah, it was very tricky. Thankfully I had an okay start to keep fourth. And from there, on the opening laps, I knew Charles would be trying to go for the move, which he did. And, I was really comfortable on the brakes, made sure I defended the right way, and that's what we did. And then once I was holding him for a while, I actually realized that, okay, we had the car pace to fight for big points. And towards the end of the race, I was like, okay, if anything happens at the front, actually I'm on a podium finish position, and that's what happened.
Isack, let's go big picture now. As I say, it's your first podium. When you look at your career to this point, is there one person you can think of without whom it wouldn't have been possible for you to be sat here today?
There's more than one person, obviously. There's mainly, first of all, my parents, my mom, and then my dad, and, more sporting-wise than Helmut, who gave me this shot, I remember 4 years ago. He signed me back in Freka, I was. And he gave me a path, a trajectory, and I'm actually following it pretty well right now.
Look, final one from me. You go to the team's home race at Monza now. You've been consistent all season saying the car is fast. Just how much can you achieve at Monza?
It's going to be tricky considering the very long straight line. But we can always be a bit surprised, and let's hope for a good result. Historically, they had good car pace around here. Pierre won a few years ago, so they always bring back good memories.
All right, Isack, very well done from all of us. Let's now open this to the floor. Name and publication, please. Who's got the first one?
Luke Smith from The Athletic. Oscar, we just spoke to Andrea and he said it was a very characteristic weekend of yours, called it an Oscar-like weekend in the way that you built things up, peak at Q3, get the pole position, then control the race. How are you approaching the weekends this year? Has it been an adjustment compared to last year? Because I remember, for example, this race 12 months ago was much more of a struggle.
Yeah, I mean, it's happened a few times this year. Where it started a bit slow and then gotten better as the weekend's gone on. I think the difference from this year to last year is last year there was weekends that started slow, the middle was slow and the end was slow. So I think it's just been good to be able to actually find the time as the weekend's gone on. Is it an ideal way? Am I doing it on purpose? Not always. I'm trying to build up to things, of course, but was hoping to build up a bit quicker than I did this weekend. And, obviously got there just in the end in Q3, but I didn't go into qualifying the most optimistic. So, maybe a little bit slow to get there, but, I felt very happy with where I was at going into qualifying, not expecting the world, but trying to just do my best and see what happened. And in the end, that was enough. And a similar thing today. So very happy from that side of things. And I think that part is probably the Oscar-like weekend.
Okay, thank you. Next.
Jack Smith, Motorsport Monday, motorsportweek.com. Isack, many congratulations on your first podium. Just a two-part question. Firstly, did you ever imagine something like this would happen so early on in your career, particularly after what happened in the first race in Australia? And the second question is, can I have one of your sweets?
Yeah. Everyone can have one. I'm being generous today. And yeah, I mean, after what happened in Australia, in the car, obviously, I thought my life was over. But then, actually, you realize that it can happen, and you bounce back very quickly from that. And then to have a podium without too much miracles and not much going on ahead, no, I didn't expect it, especially that fast in the season. Already finishing fourth on pure pace would have been mighty result, but finishing third is just over the moon.
Okay, next.
Rodrigo França, Car Magazine Brazil. Question to Oscar. Oscar, congratulations. You now have 9 wins in Formula 1, the same number of Mark Webber, your manager. I wonder to say if you can tell us how much he helped you. He also had a lot of fights for the title with his teammates. So can you explain us how he can help?
He's been very helpful through my whole career, or certainly the last 5 years. I think once I got into Formula One, that's where his help has really, been a lot greater and kind of more clear. I think before I got to F1, it was more in the background, helping with making the right decisions and some bits of advice here and there. I think, when I got to Formula One, he obviously knew how it works, and thinking of questions or asking questions that hadn't even come into my head, and I think just helping me kind of set expectations and preparing me for how tough it's going to be and how big of a step it's going to be. So that side of things he's been very helpful with, and obviously that's not changed in the last 3 years. There's still been progress to make, still been things to improve, and I'm still gaining experience. Even now, I'm still not perfect. Always thinking of new things, and things that I wasn't thinking of last year and wasn't thinking of the year before. So, it's an important thing having him by my side.
Thank you. Next.
Leonid Kluv, Grande Premium. Question for Max and Isack. If as a result of today's podium, Isack will end up at Red Bull at some point, how this dynamic is going to work with you two in the team? Thank you.
Terrible. I'm joking.
Isack,
Yeah,
give
I
us
don't know.
give us
I
your
mean,
thoughts.
what
What would
do
it be
you
like to partner Max?
I don't want to be next to Max. I don't like him. That's it.
Okay, next, please.
Shanna Lutgert, F1 Maximaal.nl. I have a question for Isack. You've been saying last couple of months that Max is a reference point for you and that you sometimes come to him for advice. How does it feel to share a podium with him here today?
Yeah, it feels great. Max is someone I've been looking up to since my go-kart days. Obviously, in the last 5 years, he's been more than outstanding. So, to share the track and spend most of the race behind him and getting to be within 2-3 seconds the whole time and share my first podium with him on his home soil as well, I think it's pretty cool.
Any more? Yep.
Владимир Роговец, Беларусь сегодня. My question to Isack Hadjar. Isack, did you see this podium in your dream this night? And second question, when exactly during the race this idea came first to you?
No, I mean, as I said, I was being realistic and was honestly aiming for big points. That was the target. I knew it would be very hard to fight Ferrari and Mercedes, but it's more like towards the last 20 laps. I was like, okay, if anything happens at the front, then I'm on a podium position. And then when Lando had the issue, I knew I was going to finish third.
Any more? Yep.
Luke Smith from The Athletic. Max, you've been involved in a title fight with very, very fine margins with Lewis in 21. When you have setbacks like, I guess, that year, Silverstone, Baku, Monza as well, how quickly can you pick yourself back and put it out of your mind? Because these weekends where there is a big, big swing can obviously have such a big difference.
Yeah, I mean, it's out of your control, so you just need to keep working hard, keep trying to win. It's as simple as that, especially when you are teammates as well. You have the same car, same opportunities. It's probably a little bit more complicated than when it's two different teams, but still a lot of races, and you can see that, things can swing, like Oscar said. You don't know if you get a mechanical failure or not. It's out of your control, so yes, it's not ideal, but there are enough races to either turn it around or not, and time will tell.
Another one? Yep.
Hi, Oliver Jensen, GMX.net. Oscar, is your personal relationship to Lando different to the last year because you know rivals, World Championship rivals, and some people are comparing you to Michael Schumacher because you make no mistakes, you are cool. What do you think about this comparison?
The relationship between Lando and I has not changed. I think if anything, we know each other better now, and actually probably get on better than we did before we knew each other. And I mean, anytime you get mentioned in the same sentence as Michael Schumacher, that's a good thing. So I've got a hell of a long way to go to be talked about in the same air as someone like him, but I'll take it.
Thank you for that. Any more? If we have no more, we will leave it there. Gentlemen, very well done today. See you in Monza. Thank you.
Yeah, we have listened to the post-race press conference of the Dutch Grand Prix with Max Verstappen, Oscar Piastri and Isack Hadjar. I'm not going to talk much more about Max Verstappen and Oscar Piastri. I just want to say a couple of words for Oscar Piastri. In my opinion, he is, after this race, he is a Formula 1 champion. I want to say him, maybe some of our viewers will say that is too early, but definitely I want to say it, that he is a Formula 1 champion this year, and I want to say congratulations to him, and also congratulations to Max Verstappen to being able with his car to keep his position all of the race and to finish this race at the second position. And if he came to the Isack Hadjar, I think his today his race was a very perfect, very well driven race. As you know, at Friday he didn't have any long run. He didn't test anything about his car about the long run, but his performance today to keep Ferraris, Mercedes behind you and to finish this race after DNF of London Norris, it's a big deal. I hope to see him a lot of times at this position at the podium. I think we'll have a very good, big driver at the Formula 1. But absolutely today his performance was absolutely epic for me. I was, let's say, very funny. I was very happy when I was watching him today on that position, and actually also he had a little bit luck after a couple of safety cars. He was always at the right time at the right position, and he didn't lost any position or something like that. He just controlled his all race and managed to this third position. I want to say one more time to him, congratulations one more time to him, and of course let's hope for him to see at the podium a lot of times in the future in this season and other things. Also, just I want to announce that from the beginning of the next season, with me and with my friends, we have created our new Formula 1 sim racing channel. From the beginning of the next season, we are going to do sim races there. If you love sim racing, if you love Formula 1 sim racing, your support will make us really, really happy. I would kindly ask to you to also subscribe that channel and to support us also there. And of course, don't forget to like this video, to comment it, and to subscribe to the channel.